Hey there, so this is Lee, and I am just going to go through a little bit of Agile CRM training with you. I will do the videos in a bunch of little series so that it's not too overwhelming and you can go back and find what it is that you're looking for. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to log in, and I'm going to show you how to update a few settings and things like that, and then we'll take it from there. So the first one, basically what we're going to do is we're going to log in for the first time. So you'll have your username and password there. This is our URL here, which is the cambodiankids.agilecrm.com. So we just basically log onto there, and then we click on sign in. And you would have also had the username and password in the operations manual to help you find your way in. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just have a look at some of the basic settings. You may have been added as a user separate to the info at Cambodian Kids Foundation. So if that's the case, you might want to go in and update a few things. So over on the top right hand corner here, this little logo here, this is where we can go into our settings and our admin settings, and that's what we're going to have a play with first. So if we click on settings here, basically what you can do here is you can update your name. So if you're using the info at cambodiankidsfoundation.org and you're replacing me, you can update this information here. Otherwise, we might need to create you a new one. So basically you'd update your name here. If you click on the little avatar image here, you can actually upload your own image. So I'm going to actually do that. So I'm just going to go into my folder, and I'm just going to pick a little headshot that I have there and upload that image. Okay, just sort of makes it a little bit more personalized, and then just click on save changes. So I've already put the signature in here, but if you needed to put the email signature in here, you can click on this little thing in the middle here to drag it down so you can see the whole signature there. Now this is saved in the drive, this signature, so you can just go and copy and paste it basically, and then update that yourself. Okay, so really that's the only thing that you need to do from here. The only other thing you might want to change is if you just have a look at advanced here. If you're in Melbourne, I don't know, you might want to change that to Australia/Melbourne so that it's on the right time, or if you're elsewhere in the world, just update that time zone there. And me personally, I prefer my weeks to go from Monday to Sunday, so I'm just going to change that and save the changes. There's not really a lot more else that you need at this stage in that settings section. The only other one that I did want to show you, if you click on the little image up here again, and if you go into admin settings. So in the admin settings, we've got a free account at the moment. We can have up to 10 users in there. At the moment, I'm the only user, so you can add more. Now, the thing is that when you add more, that's fine when you're on the free platform. But if we do end up where we've got over 1,000 subscribers, or we want to send out more than one campaign, then we're going to need to upgrade to a paid account. Now, a paid account's only about $15 a month. However, that is per user. So if we had 10 users, we'd be paying $15 per user per month. So it might get a bit costly. So we try and keep those number of users to a minimum. That'll just ensure that we're not paying too much if we do have to go to a paid account. You can add users and just maybe, I don't know, take them off if we do need to update. But my suggestion would be to keep that as few users as possible. So anyway, but you can add a new user. So if you just go over here, you can add a new user. You just put in their details here, the name, email, address, password, what role they are going to be playing. And then you can also click on what kind of, how much they can do within the system as well. All right, so that you can add a new user there. The other one that you're probably going to use a fair bit here would be the custom fields. So basically, I haven't done a great deal of that yet because I'm still building everything. But basically, if you wanted to ask additional questions that aren't on the supplied contact form, you can add something here. So just to give you an example, on the contacts form, if you wanted to add a label that just basically asks, have they been to Cambodia before? Okay, so you can click on that, and then you can tick this, whether it's going to be a text field or a data field, a checkbox, or anything like that. I'm going to put a checkbox for this one. Description might be tick here if contact has been to Cambodia. Right, and then we just save that. Probably doesn't like the question mark. There we go. Alrighty, so you can add additional custom fields in there for the contacts for companies and for deals. And we'll go through what some of those different things are a bit later as well. Now, the other things that you might want to know about here is deals. Okay, so what we're going to do, deals is basically your sales. So I am going to set this up so that our Mishcam trips are what we would call a deal. So that would be taking someone from being interested into Mishcam, into confirming that they'd like to go to Mishcam, into paying their deposit, into going, all that kind of thing. Okay, so I will update all of these tags with how that's going to go. But if you needed to add more milestones, so it might be, you know, the first milestone might be that they've paid the deposit. The next milestone might be that they've paid the donation part of the fees, such things like that. So you can add milestones here. You can add reasons to why you might have lost the deal. So, you know, someone said they were interested, we've started tracking them, but then all of a sudden they're not going. You can add reasons as to why they're not going. You can add sources as to where they heard about us and heard about the Mishcam trip. It might be that they've been before or whatever. So anything like that, you just come into this field here and you can add a source there. We can add a reason here. Okay, you can set some goals. So you might want to set a goal count with a dollar value for myself or for someone else. We don't have any products in there at the moment, but that's pretty much it for now. You can have a play around in there anyway and see what you think. The only other thing that you might want to use in settings might be tags. So I've already started creating some tags. We've got current sponsors, former sponsors. We've got people who are interested in Mishcam, people who have made one-off donations, people who have been on Mishcam before, and people who have shown that they're interested in sponsorship. So the reason that we tag people is that we can then send them correspondence according to what their tags are. So it's pretty important to keep tags on people and see where they've come from and things like that. So that will do for video number 1, which is basically just doing your settings, and the rest of the settings have all already been done, so there's really nothing else that you need to do there. Okay.